The American branch of the Shang Shung Institute, based in Conway, Massachusetts, was founded at Seogyeolga in 1994 by Chogyal Namkhai Nobu, Dzogchen master and a leading authority on Tibetan civilization. The branch houses an extensive library of educational resources, has an on-site and online bookstore, and offers many public programs, all in relation to Tibetan culture. The most extensive project to date is its School of Tibetan Medicine, based on the curriculum of the traditional medical schools of Tibet. Under the direction of Dr. Punsog Wangmo, the 4-year program closely parallels traditional training rooted in the Gurchi, the fundamental text of traditional Tibetan medicine, better known as the Four Tantras. The Tibetan medical system is a sophisticated body of knowledge which addresses the well-being of the whole individual, body, mind and spirit, in the diagnosis, treatment and prevention of disease. Dr. Punsog Wangmo had been learning and practicing Tibetan medicine in Tibet for over 20 years when she decided to expand the teaching to Westerners.
So then I said is that my commitment, I will do everything based on the traditional system. I will teach everything is pure Tibetan medicine, what comes from the Gyushi, and how I learned the method, how I learned from my teacher.
The innovative program is attracting a new generation of medical students interested in the integration of ancient healing systems with modern medicine.
I'm a new student, just started this past semester here at Shang Shung. I have a rather significant Western medical background. I've been a trauma and an ICU nurse for 21 years. Had spent some time in Nepal and Bhutan and was exposed to a lot of Tibetan-influenced medicine there and became increasingly interested in it and was very surprised to find out there was a school of Tibetan medicine right here in my backyard.
I have a background of dance and theater and music, so more like the arts, but I was getting more into dance, like learning about doing dance in learning about the body and somatics, which kind of led me to this.
For more than 30 years I have studied herbal medicine. So I studied Western herbs, then Ayurvedic, then Chinese. And the interest with Tibetan is because the teachings for the mind and the spirit are still very intact with the medicine. So I could come and get all together.
Class lectures cover the text's main topics, including general healthcare, women's health, pediatrics, toxicology, injuries, provocations, geriatrics, and fertility. It also includes diagnostic methods of consultation, such as pulse reading and urine analysis, as well as treatment methods including looking at diet and lifestyle, herbal preparations, and other external therapies.
Tibetan medicine is since the beginning, either is Buddhism or Tibetan medicine, both understanding all phenomena is component by the 5 elements. We are not thinking there is something object or subject beyond the 5 elements. Everything is component by the 5 elements. So that is a very fundamental idea of the Tibetan medicine.
Supplementary topics, including Tibetan language, astrology, Kunye therapy, ethics, and history of Tibetan culture and medical practice are also taught.
To complete the course, students also have to undertake a 3-month internship at the Qinghai Tibetan Medical Hospital and University in Tibet.
When our student goes there, I really want to learn this or that because it's number one, we want to receive sort of conclusion teaching from high qualified teacher because it's not only we learn something different theory, but also is wisdom and a blessing from them.
In the summer, we have intensive courses by visiting professors that come sometimes from China or Tibet or India, or sometimes from other locations within the United States. And they speak on many different topics of Tibetan medicine, like moxibustion or mental health or things like this inside of Tibetan medicine. And those are usually week-long courses that are also open to the general public. In Northampton, Massachusetts, we have a Tibetan Healing Center, and there Dr. Punsog Wangmo gives consultations, and also some of our students that have massage licenses are giving Kunye Tibetan massage there. And we have a public talk series that takes place at that location, and we've just started webcasting free to the public those lectures so that anyone with an internet connection can connect directly to and watch those in real time.
The Shang Shung Institute works closely with the American Tibetan Medicine Association, composed of renowned Tibetan scholars and Western medicine doctors, in order to promote Tibetan medicine in the West. Here we ask the students about the place Tibetan medicine has in America today.
I think that with rising costs of healthcare, to me it seems really great to be introduced into the U.S. right now, because it's a cheap, practical, form of medicine that you can buy what you need at the grocery store. You don't have to buy a lot of expensive medication, and it's preventative, so you can hopefully avoid the things that you would, surgeries that you would need from Western medicine.
I think there's a great place for it. It's not recognized its place yet because people don't yet know its value, because it's very new to the West. Maybe 10 years in the West. Ayurveda, 20 years in the West. Chinese medicine, 40 years in the West. So it's just had longer to get established.
It seems to be more and more accepted, and I think with the state of healthcare here in the States, people looking for, especially prevention is becoming, bigger. People are looking for ways to prevent illness. I think at least a lot of the people I've had contact with, even a lot of my co-workers and peers, are kind of getting a little tired, I think, of the pill for everything mentality. So I think, I'm hoping by the time I graduate, things will be even more changed.
I think that it's already being accepted, that just the wholesale idea of holistic health is pretty accepted by our people already. And then, the interesting thing about Tibetan medicine is how linked to Tibetan culture it is. So both the pre-Buddhist and Buddhist culture of Tibet, there's this essence inside of Tibetan medicine, and I think it really provides a bridge for people also to connect with that. So not only can people benefit just in their their physical level health, but also maybe there's some possibility to connect with something deeper for them if they're interested in it.
The Shang Shung Institute of America is a non-profit educational organization that relies upon the generosity of its members and those interested in the protection, preservation, and continuation of Tibetan arts, science, and culture. Become a member of the Institute or donate to one of our many projects. Donations can be made online at shangshung.org/store.
The Tibetan medicine is a thousand years Tibetan culture. Many ancestor great masters worked very hard. This is a very concrete knowledge, very deep, concrete, practical knowledge. We don't want to get as a better protection, or we don't want to become as useless. Also, we don't want to really lose their essence.